This video will demonstrate how to annotate side slopes. The first thing I need to do is create my cross-section name boundaries, select my alignment, and place them here. And I'm going to create the models. Okay, now I'm in a drawing model, and you can see these are the slopes that are being annotated right here. We have this one at a 3:1, and that one at a 6:1, and that one at a 4:1. So how is that set up? So I'm going to go back to my multi-model views, and then under OpenRoads standards, I'm going to go to the annotation groups, cross sections, and this is the annotation group that's being used to annotate that drawing model. So I'm going to come down here, click right here to open up the annotation group. All right, so you can see cross-section left slope annotation. I've checked it, highlight to selected so we can see where it's going to annotate all of the left slope annotations. So first, annotate. You want to annotate it with a text. This template is an element template that will show how the text is going to display. We're not going to use any dimensioning. The placement, it's going to be tangent, zero rotation, hardly an offset. We're not using a cell, so we don't need to use that. And then for text, it's going to use a text favorite to know how to annotate this. So that is the text favorite right there. And if we close out of this and click this little arrow right here, this opens the text favorite manager. And these are all the DGN libs that the workspace is pointing to. And the text favorite that it's using is this cross-section left slope annotation. So if you wanted to create a new one, you'd click here and you click new favorite, cross-section left annotate. And then for field type, you'd go to civil element properties and the subtype annotation, cross-section annotation. And then go down to segment, slope, and then here is how you can format what you want it to look like. If you want it to look like a rise over run, the format ratio, you could do a percentage. In preview down here, that's what it would look like. So click accept and it'll put it here. And then when you have it how you want, you can click save. And then you can go back to the annotation that you created, this left slope annotation text. And then down here is where you would point to it right there. I'm going to keep the one that they have right here. So you need to make sure that's pointing to a text favorite. And then this location here is going to be a filter in. So right here is going to filter out to know which elements you need to annotate everything on. So for this one, it's going to filter through every single segment that's in that cross section. And you could create a list of segments. And to do that, it populates this right here. So you can click select segments from the template. You can choose what template you want. And then you could just go through and click on the segments that you want annotated, like that. And then it populates here. And then you could remove that filter and then click apply expression changes. And it would annotate just based off of the segments that you selected. Another troubleshooting tip is if it's not appearing, what I like to do is to remove everything there. So use all segments, remove the filter to where it's going to annotate every single segment just to make sure it's annotating the segment. And then from there, you can figure out how to do your filter. So once you have everything set up like you'd like to have it, the annotation is done in the drawing model. So you come here to a drawing model annotation. If it already has some, you can remove, and then you can annotate, and you can see that's where it selects the annotation group. You can do all models or just the current one. And there, it'll annotate that. Now let's say there was just a specific slope that you wanted to annotate, that the annotation group that's just specific to a cross-section that you don't want to be applied across the annotation group. You can come to the civil labeler command. We deliver these right here under cross-section slope to place, and then right here it's going to walk you through the prompts. It says identify the left point. Next is to identify the right point. Use data point to place the label.